month to identify Smith's attackers.
I feel like that wasn't the first suicide from that.
No, it was a lot of it. It's actually, I think it's 9 or 10 cops have committed suicide after the
riot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like 10 cops.
Yeah, because there was a thing, it came out that 2 more committed suicide. So my thing is this. I don't necessarily think it was them committing suicide, in my personal opinion. Mm-hmm. I believe where there's smoke, there's fire.
And somebody started it. That shit. Because
I don't want to be considered like a, people are going to say you're a conspiracy theorist or stuff like that. It's just like, why are all of these
10 suicides isn't a conspiracy. Like, that doesn't just happen.
And they're all the cops that were at the thing. So I'm like, so what did they know? What did they
didn't do?
Or what are they trying to cover up? Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, I'm looking at it side-eyed until I get more information.
I'm about to say, because I'll just be speaking out my ass right now.
No, I mean, but you have a right to, because it's just like,
okay, imagine you was pulling security at where it happened at. Mm-hmm. I don't want to, not the White House, but the Capitol, mm-hmm. At the Capitol. And there's so many people storming. Your job is to protect the people that's in it. Mm-hmm. But the people that were attacking came in anyway. Mm-hmm. You're not doing your job, right? Mm-hmm. So it's either they can prosecute you, right? Or I don't know if they can prosecute you for not doing your job, but mm-hmm. what are they supposed to do with you? Mm-hmm. You keep your job, you keep getting paid the same amount for not doing your thing. Mm-hmm. So,
my thing is this: I don't necessarily think it was those cops' fault for them not protecting the Capitol building, because this is the United. You saw Olympus is falling.
Yeah.
So, in that sense, if you've seen that, and they have all them fucking people, like the Secret Service, they have all those people, mm-hmm. and this ain't the capital of Texas. This ain't the capital of Massachusetts. This ain't the capital of fucking Virginia. This is the capital of the United States.
It's federal.
And this is the capital of the United States of America. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting there was nobody came in. They're talking about the Coast Guard wasn't. Let it have been a bunch of niggas or Hispanic people, or hell, Asians, because that was in Olympus is Falling. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Baby, they wouldn't have even made it up the street.
For real.
And these people make it in.
Able to beat one down. And nope.
And only one person got shot.
That's what I was about to ask. Were there any shots fired?
No, the one lady that did get shot, her family is suing. Yeah, make it make sense. Her family is suing I think they're suing the United States government of wrongful death. She was a terrorist jumping up in there, but they're suing them for wrongfully killing her, for doing a terroristic act. But I digress. I can't speak on it no more. I gotta move on.
Yeah, I don't have that much knowledge about it.
I mean, they really not saying a whole bunch. If we're gonna be, there's really not a lot for people to say or people to speak on, because there's not a lot of information there. But what we can do is we can collect. I think I'm gonna continue speaking about this, because I think there are more suicides to come. Because I think 2 of the dudes, they were speaking about what happened, and then a week, I think they did something where they were speaking about what happened, and then not too long after, they committed suicide.
How did they do it, you know? It just said suicide.
It just said suicide.
That's crazy.
I didn't get all the details. But one thing we can do is, I know 20 or 30 years from now, they're going to do a documentary and the truth will unfold.
Probably closer than that.
Probably,
yeah. 10 years.
Maybe 10 years. I think the truth will unfold. So all we can do is wait, and that's what we're going to do. But let's get in today's topic. Today's topic is 2021 dating. Dating in 2021. I'm not speaking to myself. Mark, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
I'm about to say, you the leader. I'm Mark. That's really it. All y'all need to know. I'm 23 years old. And shoot.
You want to tell the people your Instagram, your social media, so they can look out for you?
If you know me, you know me.
Oh, what? If you know, if you know me, you know me. I like that.
I'll comment. And then you can just see under there.
I like that. If you know you, you know me. So what you think about dating in 2021? Or what you think about, like, people? Yeah, not necessarily have to be pertaining to you, because I'm not speaking on it from a personal.
Generally, though.
Generally, how do you feel about, like, how dating is going in 2021 from a general aspect? What you see on social media, what you see people talking about, your friend groups, how do you feel like it is on a...
Well, when you ask it like that, I feel like people...
I will, Brandy.
I feel like people are more independent before they get into a relationship now. Like, they're going to think about themselves way more than, you know, say back in the day, you about to get in a relationship, you're doing stuff for that person, or you want to get that person, so you want to do certain things for that person, type stuff. But I feel like nowadays, people are like, let me be the best of myself before, and then that would attract the person I want. Or let me, yeah. I feel like people are just more independent now.
For me, I think social media has a big impact on dating, because a lot of people, like we were talking about Kevin Samuels earlier, a lot of people have this, every woman that came on there, or every woman that I speak to, a lot of it is, if you're not making six figures, or if you're not getting that bread, if you're not getting that, I feel like a lot of men right now are in jail right now for hustling, selling drugs, or because they was trying to impress a woman.
Ooh.
Or they wanted the lifestyle of, or the lifestyle-esque of what rappers are rapping about. What a lot of people got into it, especially now, because it's a thing. People are selling drugs, people are doing this, people scamming, because
quick money.
It's a thing. It's quick. And then if you want to get any girl that you want to, especially if you're an ugly nigga, because a lot of ugly niggas be having, you know, badass girls, you gotta have the money to go along with it. So easy access. What is easy accessible? The easiest thing to do is sell drugs, scam, hustle, steal.
But as a man, do you feel like you shouldn't have your money stable before you even think about getting a female?
For me personally, yes, I feel like you need to be stable financially, you need to be stable mentally, you need to be stable. You need to have your ducks in a row. For me, you need to have your ducks in a row before you go after somebody else.
Okay.
Now, some people want to go after people and build something with them. That can have its pros and cons. Because if one person comes up, whether it be the woman or the man, now they feel like you can get kind of in your head and be like, well, is this person using me for it? Now, I didn't came up and I don't see you strive, because a lot of people get into this space of being comfortable. Mm-hmm. They get into the space of
they're fine where they're at.
Yes.
Complacent.
So now, at first, we strived to be something. We both said we wanted to build something together. Now, you didn't build something. Mm-hmm. I'm going to sit back. And I'm going to let you keep building. And I'm going to just reap the benefits off of your harvest.
I feel like if they already have I guess guidelines or a foundation set up, mm-hmm. I feel like either sex can see that intention, you know? So say you start making money and you're up, but she has her job and she keeps working that job, mm-hmm. then that shows that she's trying to have her stuff, thing as well. But I guess it also depends on what type of lifestyle you want to live.
I think men and women need to have their own. Me personally, I think you should never be solely dependent on a person.
Facts.
Because you never know. This person may get tired of you. This person may leave you. This person may start doing their own shit. They may. I believe everybody needs to personally have their own, because you never know if. Let's say you the girl or whatnot in the situation, and the nigga decides like, I'm done with you. Mm-hmm. Now you ass out because you ain't got nothing. Because you've been solely dependent on him, or if the girl is the one, and then she just finally catches on to the bullshit, and she's just like, well, I'm done with him. Now you ass out. I feel like both people, because I've seen people be ass out.
And it happens so quick.
Men and women. Mm-hmm. I've seen men and women be ass out because they were solely dependent on somebody. You should always have your side hustle, or even if they're the main breadwinner, you should always have your own, because you never know. For me, I'm always going to prepare for any situation.
Mm-hmm. Have that base.
I don't ever be so deep in love with somebody that I forget about, like, this person could turn their back. Now, is that bad? It can be.
But you always got to put yourself first, though. Like, it doesn't mean that you're not putting 100% in a relationship. It's just you're putting 100% within you first, and then the relationship comes afterwards.
I'm just saying that for dating purposes. Mm-hmm. I think marriage is something totally different.
Yeah.
Because that is a connection between two souls. But for dating purposes, For me, I wouldn't necessarily move in with somebody, or because I don't never know how this is going to turn out. Now, if we're discussing to move into marriage and we decided to get engaged, then I would, talk about discussing moving in with someone, because we're moving into becoming one. And I think that there's a preparation for that. People, when you dating, I think you should totally be this is your shit, this is my shit.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
Because if you're not moving into becoming married to becoming one, then I will move in with that person, because I have to become accustomed to you. I don't think, like, the old churchy way of, you're not supposed to move in or nothing until you get married or stuff like that. You're not supposed to be playing house.
What do you think if you have a kid first, though? I wouldn't have a kid before I'm married, but
if you have a kid?
Yeah, if you have a kid before you're married, do you think that kid should be, I don't want to say like
they should have a 2-parent household?
Yeah, exactly. Instead of having the baby in and out.
How can I say this without offending someone? For me, I necessarily would still, this is your shit, this is my shit.
This is our baby, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would still share, we're both because we're still together. I don't necessarily think for people bring kids into fucked up situations, thinking that the kid is going to change the situation.
Okay.
The quickest way, for the ladies, the quickest way to lose a man is to have a kid. If your stuff is already messed up, the quickest way for you to, if you're already in a rocky place, a lot of people think kids solve situations. Mm-hmm. It makes the situation worse because it adds another dynamic to the situation if your situation is messed up.
Yeah, and for girl, that's the best thing you can give a man. That's how I see it. Mm-hmm. At giving a man your body and your ability to give a baby, if you have that, mm-hmm. that's the best thing you can give to a man. Or the biggest thing you can give to a man. Because he can't get that from another man, he can't get that by himself, he only mm-hmm. can get that from the female. So, and
I feel like a lot of people don't plan to have children, and people have like kind of babies, and then they have to adjust. For me, I feel like a child needs to be planned. Mm-hmm. It there's a lot of people, when they go into relationships, they kind of just go into it of the unknowing, and they kind of just, well, let me just do this let me just fill out the situation. Let me just go do it. Let me just go do this shit.
But a kid is a lifetime thing.
It is, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people do situations. Mm-hmm. It's situationships. How is this situation right now? How can I do this situation? How can I be in this situation? How am I living for this situation right now? It's a situationship. It's not something that they think long term.
Okay. Yeah, and life happens too quick to not think that long term or to have a plan already set. So if something happens, you can kind of still plan around your original plan instead of so many sporadic things just happening. You know, you have a kid and then, mm-hmm. You need a place. I got a kid in a place now. And it's just a whole bunch of, I don't want to say problems, bills just popping up out of nowhere that you didn't plan for.
Mm-hmm. I'm a firm believer of having the two separate places because you never know. And I'm a planner. I'm just speaking for me. I'm a planner. I plan on if this shit work, if this shit don't work.
I feel like, well, if we go back to dating 2021, mm-hmm. COVID's back, I feel like, or that new variant's back. So I feel like a lot of people can use that as an I don't want to say excuse because, it's your health, you do what you want with it, but can use that as an excuse to not go out or to, it would be really troublesome to date if you don't want to go out during COVID, and COVID's the reason.
For a lot of people,
like the movies or
and a lot of people are not putting themselves out there. They want something, but they're not in the space. It is hard now to go out or be in a safe space of going out because of COVID. Mm-hmm.
Because if you're just going out to the club every night and the person you're dating, mm-hmm. Well, I don't really say you're dating yet. I'm saying if you're meeting,
just going out.
You're meeting. You're trying to meet.
You're trying to go out.
Yeah, mingle a little bit.
Be found.
So it's like after you meet that person, now what? Would a date be going out with you, or now we're at my house chilling or something like that?
I feel dating is trash because everybody wants to fuck.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with.
I didn't mean to say it like that, but
not all right. So here's what I mean. What was trash about it? Mm. What I have experienced or what I've heard. I'm someone that looks at things from all sides. Mm-hmm. So from a man's side, we feel like in the just of things, women want a man that has six figures, right? They want a baller. They want to, be wined and dined. Mm-hmm. That's how we feel. Women, I've heard women say, or that men just want to fuck. They don't want to date. They want to go out here, or they get on dating websites. I've had, my sister or, some of my, female friends just tell me, like, all they messages, I'm reading them. Hey, you want to hook up?
And he's being straight up, at least.
But there's also been people that have led you on to believe that they wanted this, but all they wanted was to fuck.
Yeah, and that's fucked up. That's not being a man type shit. Like you gotta say.
But a lot of niggas are doing that. A lot of niggas are not being straight up. If you want to be honest, like
they playing the game.
They're playing games. They're playing with people's emotions, and that's where the emotional abuse comes into. It's like, hey, they set this standard of, and then when you see girls go out here and bust windows out of niggas' cars and shit, I've seen it. Visual. I've actually seen a girl bust a window out of a nigga car.
I'm not even gonna bring up. Okay.
I've seen it happen. I haven't personally had that happen. I don't want to have that kind of toxic love, but I've been in cars where, one of my friends was like, Mark, you want to come with me to go do...
Okay.
I rode.
And then if a girl does that to your car, would you press charges? Even though she might be acting out of love or she has an excuse. If that was a man, I promise you it'll end up differently. But since we live in a double... What is the word I want to use? Double standard?
Double standard society. So stuff that men do, women can do. Stuff that women do, like if a woman wants to go out here and, for instance, this is an example. If a woman goes out here and she dates another woman, she's trying things out. If a nigga does it, he gay.
Yeah, he's that type shit.
Yeah, so we live in a double standard society. So that being, if a man busts out a woman's windows, he's seen as violent. He's seen as out of control. If a woman does it, she's just acting out.
Yeah, so for the guy, it'll be premeditated. Like, he thought about it, and then he did it for a girl.
She needs to get a restraining order.
She's telling her friends.
If my windows got busted out, am I pressing charges? No. I'm petty. You bust my windows out,
But then you a dude.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing some shit like, I'm gonna take the spark plugs out your car or some shit.
Nobody gonna know.
Yeah, that's not nothing like... That's nothing like... I wouldn't like cut nobody brake line or nothing like that.
No.
But I'm gonna do something petty like, I know your insurance... If I were to pop your tires, right? If you have insurance on your tires, they only cover 2 tires. I cut 3 of them hoes.
Go to Discount Tire, America's Tire. Get some certifications.
I'm sick.
Certificates.
I know. I'm going to cut 3 of them hoes. Because I know that they're not going to cover... They're only going to cover 2. I don't know. I'm petty. For me, dating in 2021 is focus on yourself, kings.
No, seriously. Focus on the women will come afterwards.
I feel like from a woman's standpoint, you have to... A lot of people... Going into dating, a lot of people don't know what the fuck they want.
Now, on that note, I feel like it's switched. Now that you said that, I feel like women are the ones that are doing the looking more of, or they're going out to be looked for, and guys, they have to have... Never mind. Because even when guys are out, they still have to go fetch.
Do you feel like women are going... If you feel like women are going after men the way that men should be going after women?
I feel like it's easier for a guy to get a a girl in the lesser social class. So, like, say she's making less money or she's not as pretty, it's way easier for a guy who's making money or whatever to, you know, to bring her up, or it's way more acceptable. But if it's like vice versa, a female of that like status is not gonna look at a guy if she can get, you know, a better guy. I don't know who's higher in the social class.
So you feel like people that let's go into the club aspect for a minute. So when I see, I'm a people watcher. I watch people. So let's say you see somebody you like, right?
You think it's pretty because I don't even know them yet.
Yeah, you don't know them yet, but you think they're attractive from the outer appearance. The way some guys like approach girls, it be weird. It like it's literally like, because I watch and I'd be like, why did
you could do that way better?
Yeah, it's like the way that I feel like the way people approach people, it's weird. Like, people don't even offer to buy you a drink no more. Niggas just like they just get. I'll be like, does that shit work?
Well, I feel like,
I don't do shit like that, but I'm just like, I'll be like, bro, has that shit really worked for you, dog?
1 out of 50. Some guys.
Somebody.
So some guys, if you get that one, then you won for the night.
Somebody's gonna say yes.
But it's just that I guess they got rejected so many times. It's just like, I don't have that money to be buying each girl I talk to a drink anymore. Or it's like,
you don't have to. I don't feel like you have to buy every woman a drink. But there's that one. Niggas don't even try to go after just one. It's like, oh, I got denied by her, I'm going to this bitch. Oh, I got denied by her, I'm going to this bitch. Oh, I got denied by her, I'm going to this bitch. It's not even they just try to get one or two. It's like,
what are you
saying? Keep going until you succeed. I mean, I ain't got a problem with that, but it be weird, dog. I be watching it, I be like, bro, is you gonna give up? Nah, nigga.
What would you count as succeeding then? Whenever a dude smash or just getting a number?
Not smashing. I don't.
The first date?
At least, I don't know what people should do anymore. I guess dating now has been so tainted. I don't even know what's right.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm going to be honest and true, because I don't even know if it's the right thing to smash on the first date or not smash on the first date. It's just... And it's just been accepted by everybody. Everybody just... I don't even know. If you get the number, good. If you smash, great! Excellent! Oh, dog.
You got game.
Yeah, so it's like... And then... I don't even like to call that dating, because after niggas smash, they be...
Unless you cool. You might not be cool enough. Like,
people don't... I don't even like to call that dating.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, would it be dating after you smash and then you go hang out with her again? And then it's like
that's dating.
Okay, that's dating?
That's dating. If you choose to go... Not even if you see her again. If you choose to hit her up... And you'd be like, oh, do you want to go out to eat?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And, you felt... But my thing is before you smash, niggas be so focused on smashing that they don't even find no connection with the person. And then they say, I'm out here dating. No, you out here screwing. You don't even...
I mean, if you like that... Be careful out there, though.
Fucking raw, bro. Like, life, they be playing with life like life is a game.
I haven't seen niggas buy condoms in years.
Condom who? And
they made out of?
They will meet somebody 2 hours ago and be like, hey.
That bathroom over there. Look at that.
Hey.
You cute.
Hey, I ain't got no niggas love to say they ain't got no.
At the last minute too.
Niggas, yeah, they be right. Hey,
about to put it in.
I ain't got no.
As for girls, that's no, it's not your responsibility. But hey,
who do you think is supposed to supply them?
The dude. But before it goes in, you got to make sure he got that thing on, or else then it's both of y'all responsibility.
I didn't know that was considered rape.
Whoa, I didn't say rape. Whoa.
No, yeah, no. But I'm saying, like, I found this out because I would be watching Law and Order SVU.
My dad was watching that before.
Right. So, like, if somebody says they're going to wear a condom and they don't wear a condom, that's rape.
Yeah, I can see that. Don't say you wearing one then. If you doing that, because I don't know why you even lie about some shit like that.
Niggas be
like that shit's not a joke.
Well, from my friend, she had it happen. She was like, "You don't feel the difference." I was like, "Oh."
As a guy, I beg to differ.
I mean, we feel the difference, but they don't. Like, they don't necessarily feel the difference. I said, "Oh." And then she was like, "I didn't notice until, like, it happened." And I was like, "Oh."
Hey, then, as girls, if you want to be extra safe, carry some condoms as well.
I think everybody should have condoms. Condoms. Have, like, 30 of them hoes.
30 of them hoes.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is this. If you already know what's about to go down, like, you should be prepared. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. As a nigga, I always have, something ready, but I feel like females, like, you should just have them just
for those niggas.
If you know what's going to go, like, just to protect yourself, like, don't automatically assume that this person wants to play safe. Because a lot of niggas are not playing safe.
Yeah, they're depending on you, really. It's just like, whatever you saying.
Bruh, and I didn't realize, like, a lot of niggas is out here risking it all. Risking it all.
At that moment, that's why I said a baby is the biggest and probably the best thing that she can give a man, because that would be her risking it all, because that's her.
That's a change of life.
Yeah, exactly. It's you carrying it for 9 months, and it's changing your life. It's a lifetime thing. So I feel like as a man, yes, you should carry condoms, but at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, like, you're gonna be the one with the baby, making those decisions, carrying it for 9 months, and deciding what happens after. That's crazy.
So, since we're on the topic of babies and dating, would you date somebody that has kids, or what is your viewpoint on people that have kids in the dating scene? Or what is too many kids to be dating somebody that doesn't have any kids?
Well, I'm gonna start off by saying I can see how life has changed, because my brothers have like 4, 5 kids each, Wow. And this was before they were 30. For some of them, for some of the babies. But for me, I feel like,
could you see yourself dating somebody with a kid? Or for you, what is too many kids?
I'll answer that first then.
What is too many kids for you, like?
For me, the stepfather, or for me, the birth,
No, like, if you're, all right, let's say you're single. You meet somebody, and they have a kid, or they have kids. What is too many kids, or a kid, or...
I'll say 2.
2?
Yeah.
2 is enough, or 2 is your cutoff, or 2 is too many?
2 would be too many. Because I feel like that's... And shout out to all the men who do that. My dad being one of them. But it's just... I feel like it's a choice at the end of the day. And I feel like after... I feel like I'm raising another man's legacy. Okay. And I chose to do that. Because maybe you could say, like, the female was, she's worth it. She's worth, like...
So you feel like 1, you slipped up, 2,
Yeah, because because I'm also thinking about my money, because if I'm doing that, that's my kid as well. And also when that comes in, I want to be able to talk to that kid like it's my kid. I don't want to have to, because then it's just another thing having to go through the mom to talk to the kid. Yeah, like, oh, I don't want you talking to my baby like that. You want to
be interactive with.
Yeah, because I'm your dad, man. Yeah. Like, you know, I don't want him to call me Mark. I want him to like dad, you know, or stepdad. Okay. I mean, not stepdad, now dad actually. Right. You feel?
So wait, so Mr. if Mark. If you go. So if you go into a relationship with somebody that has a kid prior to it, you would want to. Do you automatically think you're assuming that father role, or do you want to, like, let's say, for instance, a lot of women are going through men not being there. So are you the person that you step in and you want to try to fulfill that role while you're with them, or are you just automatically straight off the dome, you're like, this is something I have to do in order to be with this woman?
The second.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a responsibility. Yeah, I feel like I'm helping. I don't want to say count the baby as a problem, but it's like I'm helping you with one of your past decisions, and that had nothing to do with me. I'm just accepting that you have that kid right with you right now, and I'm the dad now, financially, emotionally, for the next until the baby's grown.
Okay, I have a question. You date someone. You've never physically been over her house. Let's say you're getting to know somebody, right? And they withhold some information, like they got 2 kids. Or no, 3 kids. They got 3 kids. But you're really feeling that person. Like, you're really feeling them. Y'all been going on dates. She never alludes to the fact she has kids. How do you, and then what happens if you find out they have kids? How do you go on? What's your next step? Like, what do you think about that situation if somebody doesn't allude or tell you that they have kids, but then boom, you find out they got kids?
I know this varies, but it's a choice. You know, it's because if you do choose to be with that girl, you're choosing to have those 3 kids with that. So for me, it's a no for me, because I know there's ones out there that don't have kids. So it's like, why would I don't.
But you really feeling her. Like, you really feeling like there's some type of connection there.
But my money comes in with it. My time comes in with it. Then it's, oh, he has to go to this practice, and then and it's not even my kids.
Your thing is, you feel like you're taking on the responsibility of becoming a parent. Okay.
Of 3 kids already, without even having
not one of your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it's just, they don't even have my last name. So taking care of these kids, they're going to pass on whoever dad they had last name.
Okay.
If they can change it, but I mean.
So could you find yourself marrying somebody with a kid already? Like, if they had 1 kid.
Yes.
2 kids.
And that's why it varies, because I start thinking about money. Like, it's just like, okay, now I gotta
money's not an issue. Let's go ahead and speak that to existence. Okay. Money is not an issue.
My time is time.
You big Mark.
Okay.
You big Mark. Okay. So if money's not an issue, you big Mark. If you want to go out of town right now, you can.
Okay.
If you want to go to the mall and go buy some Gucci slides, just because, you can. You are financially comfortable.
The little kid want a PS4.
Little kid want it.
I can get it.
You can go get it. It's nothing. It's nothing for you to go do it. If you want a new car, your credit is great. You got the money to go do it, and it's your birthday and you want to go buy a new car, boom, you can go buy your new car. Does that change your stance on the 1 or 2 kids?
Not really, because all this I can be doing with a girl with no kids.
Okay.
Or a girl with 1 kid. You can always just choose.
My thing is I personally, I'm the same. I don't want I want a clean slate.
No baby daddy drama, no.
Yeah, I don't. I've seen it too much. I've seen it play. I mean, I wouldn't mind. My thing is this: I wouldn't mind if, let's say, the child's father is not in the life at all. I'd be good with that because then I don't have to deal with some. I feel like when I see people that be, oh, they got a baby. It'd be like you're in a
go over there.
Yeah,
and
it's like you're in a relationship with another. It's like you're in a poly.
Yeah.
Now you got
two daddies.
Yeah.
And you the mama.
It's like you gotta get acquainted with this nigga. You gotta know this nigga because you're around this dude's kid.
His kid. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm helping your kids build your legacy.
Okay.
And even though I got the money, it's like, why ain't you taking care of the kids then? Like.
So what is the cutoff? All right. So would you date somebody that? Let's keep it 100.
Okay.
She just had a baby. Like the baby's like 10 months. Would you still date a girl that had like that kind of a new kid, or 1 or 2, or how old should the kid be?
That would actually be better, I think, because the baby seeing you as the
oh, he doesn't really have any recollection.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And like the woman will see like, okay, the dad already left, and this is just one kid still.
Okay.
Like with the
Mark said we gotta get this clear. It's one kid now. Yeah. One kid. Yeah.
Because then it's just too much for me. But because then it wouldn't really be his legacy. Because at that moment, that kid will see, and the mom will see me as the dad. Period. Mm-hmm. I might not feel it 100%, but I can.
You're taking the stance of
okay.
At
the right time. I feel
so you would embody it. You don't necessarily think that that's something that. Do you feel like it's your duty to do so, or do you just like?
If I get with her, yes.
Okay.
Because
I fuck with that.
Yeah, because it's like I'm the dude, so it's like if she has 3, then I'm the dad. Like that's why I could have all the money in the world, but then there's my time with it. And then
you have to invest into the
kids. Exactly. Okay. Because you it's more than money when you're a dad. You know, it
is
for real. And it's like, because there's different types of love. There's 5 love languages, I think, and giving gifts is one of them. So, but mine is time. If I spend time with you, if I spend a lot of time with you, then that shows my love. Or that if you spend a lot of time with me, that shows you loving me.
I think that's my love language. Is and consistency.
There's I forgot what it is. It's like gifts, time, services, touch, and one more thing. I forgot.
Yeah, touch, and time. I think that's probably mine.
Especially for men. Well, me personally, I feel like touch is a big one because it's like if you don't even want to touch me or something like that, it's like what do you think of me? But I put that as.
That's big. So 2 kids. So really your cutoff is 1 kid.
yeah this is where, because if I'm taking on 1 kid, then I'm looking to marry you already.
Okay.
And that.
So alright, so my thing is this. I got a thing though,
because if I'm already thinking to marry you, and
we're gonna deep into that. Okay. So when you date somebody, are you somebody that looks for end goal in the dating, or are you in the moment dating, or are you, because I feel like there's different type of people. A lot of people are in the moment, like I'm just, or are you? Do you feel yourself being an end goal, like I want to marry this person? Like, what do you feel like you are right now and a lot of people are in society?
I feel like if something's for real, it takes time. So I'm not really a sneaky link dude, but it's just like, because I'm in it for real. Like if it's dating, then we're dating for real. We're dating for the end game. And I'm not going to date somebody that I don't want to be with.
I see. That's why your love language, because you don't want to waste your time.
Yeah, exactly. Because and if scientifically, like sperm count, it's like there's a time where I can't have kids no more. There's a time when that girl can't have kids no more, and then That's that, really.
So you want to invest, you want to make sure the time you invest is worth it, and it's not just...
Otherwise, why are we in it? Like, what is this? Okay. If you already think it's going to be temporary... I feel like a lot of people
don't have that mindset. A lot of people live in the moment of, I'm doing this right now. Mm-hmm. This is for the moment. I really don't see... Oh, so this was a thing. It was on Twitter. So this guy proposed to this woman, and she said no. And he said, is the relationship over? For you, is the relationship over for you? If you propose to somebody, they say no, is the relationship over?
I'm getting too deep, because I'll be like, why? Like, because I know it's her choice, but it's just like, why not right now? If I'm already feeling these emotions, and I spent this amount of time with you, we're pretty much already married. I just want to make it official and, get those benefits of a married couple.
So for you, it's over.
Well, that's why I'll have to ask her why. Because if her reason is something that's, I don't know, like, I have to know her reason, because if it's just a no, and then yeah, it's over. Because
if she doesn't feel like y'all are...
If we've been in it long enough, or if she don't know her emotions.
If she doesn't feel like, let's say she doesn't feel like she's in a mental mind space to continue it, are you done?
Yes. And then whenever she wants to come back, then we'll see what's up. If
there is a...
Yeah, because you have to put yourself first. If she knows what she wants and she said no to it, then it's like, okay, I know I want to be married at that time.
Better yourself, King.
Yeah, and that's when you go do what you need to do. You keep on living your life, bettering yourself, and then...
For me, I have to make sure I make sure that statement. For me, my thing is this: if you don't see anything past this situation, because a lot of people are getting married for the hype of, or for the insight of being married. People are not getting married for the connection of two souls becoming one. If you don't see anything, if I decide to propose to someone and they say no, for me the relationship is over, because there's nothing else for... You're saying
that's pretty much the last thing.
Yeah, and for me, I feel like if I propose to somebody, I feel like we've reached the max of dating.
Yeah, even though well, I don't know if you know, but 51% ends in divorce.
Yeah.
So it's just like, with that going into your head, that you or her might leave, and you're risking that right there. I don't even say you're risking.
I'm a planner now. I make sure I get all the odds.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I gotta make sure. That's why I prep for everything. I gotta know all the ins and outs. So I'm going into that knowing if you don't see, my thing is this: if you don't see what else we have to do. If we've been together for 4 years, let's say we're in the situation of we've been living together. When you've been living together with somebody for 4 years, it's different than being in two separate households. 4 years together is like 8 years.
You'll know if you're tired of each other.
You've been around this person. If you can do this
for the rest of your life.
What else more do we need? And if you don't see anything else other than what we have, what else do we need to progress on?
Not for real. Well, and marriage is different than a wedding, just so everybody knows it. Because sometimes if it's the wedding, if she says no to a wedding, or you don't want to do a wedding right then, you might not have the money. But marrying somebody, if you're against the union of us two becoming one, then it's a no. Yeah.
I feel like people should do counseling. For me, a lot of people get married straight out of being engaged. For me, it's a problem. I want to be engaged. I feel like being engaged is a step towards becoming one. So I think you need to be engaged for 1 or 2 years.
Okay.
In my head, that's what I want to do. Because it's levels to this shit.
For real.
So I feel like you need to prepare yourself into becoming one, mindset, mentally, physically, emotionally, y'all need to be on the same page.
Okay, I guess going back to dating, other than marriage, where do you think you will find, not where, how do I ask this question? Do you think women know what men want? Like, as a, like, or and vice versa, do you think men know what women want in a man?
Men and women don't, well, I can speak for the Black community.
Okay.
Men and women don't get along. And I say that because as a whole, not saying for us as individuals, as a whole, men and women do not get along. Not saying for individuals, individually, yes. But as a whole, as a society, we butt heads. We butt heads because women feel like, Black women especially, feel like their voices haven't been heard.
They feel dependent on the husband.
Yeah, and then it's this movement of being independent and you can't be independent and be in a relationship with somebody.
Do you think there are roles in a relationship?
I don't necessarily think there are rules.
No, not roles. Like a man should do one thing and a woman should.
Oh, roles.
Yeah, roles.
I don't believe in gender roles. I believe in whatever works for y'all, works for y'all. Because I can personalize it. There was stuff that, my dad was like, oh, go ask your mom. It wasn't just, it wasn't this is what this person. I feel like whatever works for you guys works for you guys. When people try to go into this gender role stuff of this is what a man is supposed to do, this is what a woman is supposed to do.
He's a submissive guy, but he's supposed to be in a dominant role.
Yeah,
that's not that guy.
I feel like I've seen couples where the man is kind of the submissive one and the woman's kind of more of the dominant personality. And I've seen it vice versa. I feel like there's always going to be a masculine and feminine energy.
Okay.
So the feminine energy is not always the woman. Sometimes that is the man, but that works for them.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not just that's for, gay, lesbian, or straight, or whatever.
No, yeah. I agree.
There's always going to be a more feminine, that's how I usually say it, feminine energy and a masculine energy. They have, like the saying says, opposites attract. Okay. There can't be two. I've never seen a relationship where a woman is a dominant, independent woman be with a alpha male man. I haven't seen it work. I've seen somebody has to be submissive in that relationship in order for it to work. Whether it be the man or whether it be the woman. I don't necessarily think there are gender roles, or there should be gender roles, but society makes it seem like the man has to make more money, the man has to do this, the man has to be more of a provider, and that's what takes out the emotional aspect from the man.
But I feel like it's like that because the conversation earlier, but it's like that's women would want, or the submissive role would want that person to take charge when it's time to take charge, and also to be a leader, to guide me or guide us to some better type shit.
I don't believe that, because some men are looking for their mom, because their mom could have been that leader if she was, so some men are looking for a woman that is that strong woman that kind of leads them into the direction that they want to be in. And if that works for them, that works for them. People try to force stuff on other people that doesn't work for everybody. What works for you works for you. If that works where the man is kind of, he takes a back seat to the woman and she's the leader or whatnot or whatever, or if y'all take turn leading. I don't necessarily think one person has to be up and the other person has to be down. If there's an equal space, where one person leads in what they know that's better, whether it be financially, if the woman's a better financial person, let her lead in that way. If the man is a more better financial person, let him lead in that way. I feel like there needs to be there has to be an equilibrium of people being able to know their role. I don't think there is a gender role, or there should be a gender role. I feel like you got to play your role and play your part.
And then I bring that up because, like, you know how earlier we were talking about how women are looking for that guy who makes those 6 figures or something like that. It's just like, okay, then that's pretty much already putting him in that role. And it's like, if he's that guy, he's probably looking for a submissive female. He wouldn't want...
If you make 6 figures...
Would you want your female making more than you?
Me? I don't care.
Okay.
If we're both in a financial comfortability, it don't bother me. If I'm making 100,000, you making 500,000, you go, girl.
Actually, so fuck it. But
I feel like when men get mad, that's not them being comfortable within themselves.
Yeah, but I feel like that ties in because generally, generally I'll say it, a woman wouldn't respect a guy as much if she made more.
I don't necessarily. I think it all depends on the relationship.
Woman. Okay.
If you don't want your man to make less than you, then you need to go find somebody that makes more than you.
Yeah, but at this age, though, well, I guess we're saying like all these ages, but I guess from 20 to 30, you know, you're working towards that. Neither of y'all are making, you know, six figures. You could be, but
a 6-figure nigga, 9 times out of 10, that's only 10% of men are making 6 figures or more. I'm just gonna break it down numbers wise and break it down generally.
Yeah.
If a man is making 6 figures or more or less, he has a power complex. More or less, as a grand scheme of things, you do not want
within
a
20
woman.
and 30, like that age group.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 20 to 40.
Okay.
You have a power complex of I'm that nigga.
Yeah.
So, more or less, he's not. If you that nigga, and I'm speaking on, if you're NFL, if you're a rapper, if you're, you know, of this echelons, you don't want no regular girl. I'm talking about
you're not even tracking those.
Yeah, you don't.
You are, but it's
but I'm saying like
they're not where you at.
If you're making,
there's some models where you at
7 figures. You go into a club and you're a lawyer, or if you're a football player, everybody's hitting on you. Why would if I can get any bitch in this club, and I'm thinking of somebody that has a big head, if I can get any woman in this club,
money and confidence type shit.
Yeah, more money equals more power. More power equals greed. Greed equals more. Like, you don't even get confidence. You become the other C. You become cocky. If you allow your money to consume you. So if you're somebody that, and a lot of men allow their money to consume them. So if you allow your money to consume you, and you become in this role of, I'm that nigga, why would I want a woman that makes 6 figures? Think about it.
So, yeah.
If I'm that nigga, why the fuck would I want somebody that is considered my equal? Like, I don't want to be, I don't want, you can't, there is no submissive role. Like,
well, then that goes back to earlier, like, if you're making a good amount of money, but you don't care if your female making more money than you, then it's just like,
it's different. It's different. If I made it, it's different if we came up together and we both made 6 figures. Like, if you, like, let's say this. Let's take, like, the Huxtables, for example.
Okay.
The Bill Cosby stuff. They met each other in college. They became six-figure people together. There wasn't no, she was a doctor already. I mean, he was a doctor already and she was a lawyer already. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it work. Me personally, I've not seen it work where I've seen people build together. It works, but I haven't seen where, let's say Bill Gates is a woman, right? Mm-hmm. And the dude who owns Amazon, I don't see them working out together.
Me either.
Because this person, you've done all of this. Why would I want somebody that is my equal that makes as much as me? Why?
Well, I feel like when you're making that much money, I feel like you're not even looking at money anymore. Like, it's like, okay, I have this amount of money. I want a bad bitch. Mm-hmm. Like, I want her to look super good.
Automatically thinking, like, I can get any woman.
I deserve more.
Why would I settle? I'm not saying that an average woman is settling for less, but if I'm that nigga, if I'm in the headspace of I'm being pumped up as that nigga, mm-hmm. I'm making that much money, I'm making 7-8 figures, why would I want somebody that makes... You may be beautiful, you may be smart, you may be an intelligent person, but why would I want somebody that makes 6 figures too?
Well,
if we came up together, it's different. Mm-hmm. But why would I go? I'm not looking for somebody that... I do want somebody that may be on their grind. Yes. That may attract me. It mm-hmm. may. But for the most part, men that are making that amount of money want a woman that ain't got it.
Yeah, and since you're saying like the 10% of the men make six figures from 20 to 40, mm-hmm. do you think that women have... They don't like to settle for average men, or they like to always think settling?
If I'm a woman and I got my shit together, mm-hmm. average man meaning like
$40,000 a year, 45,000 or whatever the average for men.
Okay, the average household makes 50,000.
The average household.
Oh
damn.
Yep, across America. So an average man is 20 to 75.
I want to look it up. You mind if I look it up? You mind if I look it up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the average man makes between $20,000 and $75,000 a year. That's considered average, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna look up average male. Shit, damn. Median is $57,000.
Yeah, and so the average man makes $20,000 to $75,000 a year.
And then the average household is 61.
I would say it moved up. 2-3 years ago, it was $50,000.
Damn. So if that's the average,
57,000.
But
that's the median. So if you make more or less, I think less than 6 figures, but you make more than 57,000,
you're above the 50% or under the 50%. Okay. Since it's less men.
Yeah.
But the point of that is, so do you think more women keep on striving to get that 10% if they have the average? If they have that 50%?
A lot of women are presented with the average, but they don't want the average because I'm not speaking for all women, but for a lot of women that I've heard. And I'm talking about from me watching Kevin Samuels, me watching people on the internet, for me being in the conversations of the majority, not people people individually may be different, but the majority of women want the man that is a 6-figure nigga. But are you bringing 6-figure nigga qualities?
Yeah, exactly. You can be making money, but you can still be...
Are you the woman to impress a 6-figure nigga? Let's be honest. And a lot of them, it's a no. If I'm that nigga, why the fuck would I fuck with a old regular ass girl if I got Instagram models in my DM?
And that's what I said earlier. Do you think that women know what men want? Like, if he's making that much, do you think they know what he wants in a woman? Other than looks. Because with men, I feel like men are raised from well, if you had a mom or a dad or both, I feel like they're raised to okay, you're supposed to be nice to them. You're supposed to be a gentleman. You're supposed to make more money. Or women like men who make money. It's like how to be a man and how that attracts women.
You know the basis.
Yeah, it's like as a woman, what can make you better as a better looking wife, to your future husband? I guess that's what y'all should start asking yourselves. Because
how do you present your? I don't even know, because society tells me if I'm in a woman's head, society tells me I need to have big ass, big titties. I need to look a certain way.
Look available.
I need to have. I need to look a certain way. I need to have a certain type body. I need to have long enough hair. My nails need to be a certain way. I need to be submissive. I need to be kind of ditzy. I need to act a certain way in order for a man to get my attention from society's standpoint.
Yeah, and I believe that because it's like lately, if you want to approach a woman, women don't seem as approachable. Like if they're dancing with their friends, then you're like, okay, she's with that group, And then if you approach a female, it's just like, okay, I have a chance. There's
nigga.
Yeah, it's like damn.
Yeah. A lot of girls are not approachable, or they don't allow people to approach them unless
they don't do the little hair flip no more.
Unless they see you that nigga.
And what do you have to do at the club to seem like that nigga?
You gotta if you getting a gold tray at the strip club, and you getting 1,001,
won't see me.
Everybody gonna flock to you. If you getting bottles in your section, everybody gonna flock to you. If you're dressed a certain way, if you're this, they're not going to allow that average male to just walk up to them. But there was if you pull up in a Benz, if you pull up in a Maserati, and you walk up to them, 9.5, right? A lot of them niggas is rented. 9.5 out of those 10 women are going to allow you to talk to them if you present yourself as that nigga status.
But you can't have game if you, some dude, or if you look good enough. You can't be ugly. If you ugly,
you gotta look present. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people is the outer appearance first. How you present it to this person is the way that they're going to open up and allow you in if you're presented in a certain way.
Yeah, like if I don't even look like you'll fuck me, then don't even give me the chance. Right.
Right. Like
then, reject me.
Reject it. If you don't look a certain way, if you don't come off a certain way, if you're an average nigga, you can't walk up to any female being average.
Because I feel like they already assumed that they're not average.
Every girl should feel like they a bad bitch.
Okay. If
you don't feel that way, you need to work on your confidence. You should walk out into the world like you're that person. That's how I walk out into the world. I'm not cocky as confidence. It's a difference. It's a difference between saying I'm that nigga and feeling like you that nigga. If you feel like you that nigga, you ain't got to tell everybody you that nigga. You just that nigga. Okay. But if you have to tell everybody I'm that nigga, then that's cocky. But if you walk out into the world with the confidence of, or with the backseat mind of, I'm that nigga, I don't have to display my confidence or cockiness onto anyone. It just comes off.
Well, I think if you're not a bad bitch, but you keep on thinking that, then you might end up single, you know, for a minute, just because he knows what a bad bitch is. Mm-hmm. Like, he sees them, she might be next to you, mm-hmm. but it's just like you having that confidence. Because I agree with you somewhat. Like, yeah, everybody should walk out believing in themselves or thinking they're the best they can be at that time. But mm-hmm. at the same time, it's just, you have to be real with yourself when it comes to certain things. So, like, say, you know, I ain't got a haircut. Dude need to get a haircut before he thinks about pulling some females. Mm-hmm. So, it's just like, if you bigger your own weight, but you keep on thinking, I don't want to get too specific, but mm-hmm. you keep on thinking that you
I
bitch,
cannot say
you
that
need
word.
Specific. You need to work on yourself first. Just like how these kings need to work on themselves, mm-hmm. queens, work on yourself so you can be one.
So, the basis of all of this is, before you go out trying to date somebody, work on yourself and be more confident in yourself, be more self-aware of how you look, because appearance is everything. Mm-hmm. You can go out with your inside being cool, but if your outside not looking good, people see your outside first.
Yeah, you're not gonna get the hey.
Nobody's gonna be like, hey, what's up? People see your outside first. So you have to go in with your insides great, and your outsides looking presentable, being. I don't want to say you have to act a certain way or you can't be yourself or people shouldn't accept you for you, but I feel like there is a code of conduct of how you should be when you go out. I'm not saying that, ladies, if you want to twerk, if you want to be all out, like, nobody should judge you off of what you wear in a real world. But in a realistic world, people are.
Yeah, exactly. In the back of your head, he has those shoes on. I wear better shoes. So it's just,
right.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like we're talking about going out more of than dating, because.
But I feel like don't they coincide between the two?
Matters where you want to meet that person at, because if your idea is meeting with somebody at the club, then.
But a lot of people got in a relationship. If you think about it, they met this person out. Like, they was out and they got their number. It don't necessarily have to be a club aspect, but mm-hmm. it can be like a occasion eats aspect, to where it's like a hangout spot, or
I fuck with that way more than.
Or you went to a hookah lounge, or you
exactly.
went, or you was out and about, or your friend had a gathering, mm-hmm. or it don't necessarily have to be, I'm going to 6th Street or I'm going to go club, but more so of the aspect of I'm going out.
I'm going out. I'm presenting myself to the world. Let's see.
Yes, I feel like if you want to be found, you have to go be found. You have to go out to be found. Yeah. So it don't necessarily have to be, I'm about to go get fucked up at the club. I'm about to
turn over my nigga.
Yeah, it don't necessarily have to be that all the time, but mm-hmm. it can be in a social gathering. You going out to eat. You going out to a little social bar or something like that. But if you're going out, you need to be presentable in a way that you can be receptive.
Yeah, because if you out there looking like a hoe, he gonna think that's what you out there for.
In a perfect world, people shouldn't judge you off of what you're wearing.
Okay.
But your appearance is the first thing people see.
And they're going to judge you off of it.
They're going to.
Even though they shouldn't.
People, they say don't judge a book off of its cover, but people definitely judge a book off of its cover.
Yeah, you might say no to every dude, but if you don't just like it.
But that's everything. If it doesn't look appealing to you. Like, if you go out to eat, if the food don't look good, it may taste good. But if it doesn't visually look appealing to you, you're not going to eat it.
Facts. Even McDonald's looks good on the outside.
On the outside, but like when you see the shit on the billboards, or like when you about to order, the pictures, they look good. Or when you go watch a Pizza Hut commercial and the cheese is pulling off the pizza, it looks good. But does it do that whenever you go eat the pizza? Hell no. It don't be pulling off like that.
Hell no, that should be dry.
Yeah, so visual appearance is everything.
And go ahead.
Huh?
I said go ahead, but it's like if you do go out and you do get I guess, picked. Is that a good word? Get
Some
chosen.
hoes be pick-me's.
You can get chosen out of the group.
Some people be pick-me's. Like, they be like, they try to make themselves look noticeable, so they are a pick-me. Mm-hmm. But for me, in my dating aspect, do I think women should be the one approaching men? That's a good question.
I feel like
should men always have to go choose a girl? Should girls like go choose men?
If the girl is approaching me, then I already feel like she's fucking with me. So so it's just like,
what you mean?
If a guy approaches a girl, mm-hmm. I feel like there's a higher rejection percentage. But if a girl approaches a guy, I feel like it's almost a definite.
You have to say yes.
Yeah, this is an easy one, I guess. But at the same time...
So you don't feel like guys should reject girls? Or is it deemed as fucked up if you do?
It's
a double standard.
Of course guys should reject girls if they want to, but I feel like from a guy's perspective, if she's... Why would you, unless she's like that? Either annoying
she's not visually...
Yeah, or that visually ugly. It's like, why? Because girls, I feel like they're already thinking, okay, you don't even look like you have money. Like, but as a guy, I feel like he's not even thinking about how much money she's making. So it's just, it's easier to say yeah to a look. Especially when I feel like most guys would downgrade for like a less looking female, worse looking female. I don't want to say, I'm not trying to make it seem all biased, but...
So you think men go after the average-looking girl more than the bad?
Yes. Well, no. I feel like they go after them equally, but what...
But society says that you have to be that bad bitch in order to get somebody.
No, you have to be that nigga in order to get a bad bitch. But you don't have to be a bad bitch in order to get that nigga. You gonna get something from the dude. Like, you might get a drink or something, but he's most likely to get you something because you approached him.
But you have to be... No average Joe Small is getting an Instagram model.
I agree.
That's facts.
But I feel like if you start dating, just remember, like, don't change for anybody. Always be yourself for 10 toes.
I feel like a lot of people do change themselves up. Like, I have to put on this kind of persona of... I'm this person in order for me to get what I want. I have to be somebody else.
Yeah, or I have to show everybody else that this is dating. So you're a boyfriend and girlfriend. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to show everybody your business. So let's see, how do I explain this? If you're not a guy who likes to post at all, you don't even be on social media like that. Just because you get a girlfriend, it doesn't mean that you need to start posting more because she wants to be posting more, because you don't post. So that would be you changing yourself for somebody else,
changing yourself up. Yeah.
Exactly, and that will become a problem, and that's with multiple things. So
I hate when people post their relationship every fucking day, like they just having the best time every day.
And sometimes I feel like girls are so good at I guess the ones I see are so good at hiding who they hang out with. I mean, it's your business. I mean, like I said, don't post your shit. But it's just like, if you're not gonna post it, don't post it at all. Don't make it like a little sneaky thing, because it's like
posting a hand or something.
Yeah. Because if that's your dude, then you should own up to that dude. Because if I'm
in an agreement of not posting anybody at all.
Okay, yeah. It's your profile, you know?
You came here for me, you didn't come here for us. Mm-hmm. So my thing is this, when you post pictures or when you allow other people for me, when you post a picture of who you're going out with, I feel like you allow everybody's judgment in, you allow everybody's perspective, you allow everybody's thoughts, you allow people's negative and positive thoughts, you allow everybody into y'all's relationship to where it's like Now you add,
and they don't even know what's going on.
You add another, add another dynamic. So like when people be blogging with their relationship, I'm highly against that because like you just allow more energy into y'all shit.
Yeah, exactly, and they don't even know everything, so they're just taking your side of the story on shit, and
you allow other people's
opinions,
yes,
to influence the whole relationship.
I'm so against that.
That's wild.
I'm dead ass against that.
So yeah, like don't change yourself, and that's just one thing. Let's see. I feel like I was about to say something right after that. I tried to hurry up and like go to the next thing. Let me see something.
You got notes. I know.
Hey, you know I got notes. We didn't even get to any of them, but it's okay. We might not.
What's your key? What's something that you really wanted to hit on, Mark? What's something? Damn.
I know, right? Book. I'm about.
I don't even do all that. I really be I be off
flowing.
The dome.
Yeah, you be flowing.
I think it's because I have ADHD. It's just like when you got that, you just see all perspectives of everything, and I have to have all those questions answered. But I feel like I have a mild ADHD where I can control it, where I'm not always just off topic.
Yeah, it's like a little template. I just don't want to, because I like using your platform. I really appreciate you for having me on to have this little discussion, because
thank you.
This is my first time doing this shit. But another thing will be get with somebody you're comfortable with. So when it's those times when y'all are alone,
we were talking about that.
Yeah, it's not going to feel awkward, and you're not going to think extra of what they're thinking about you. So how do I further elaborate on that?
I don't want to go down a rabbit hole.
It's like everything doesn't have to be popping all the time. Just expect some cool ass moments, and
I feel like a lot of you go into a relationship not being able to be open, or whether it be like sexually, there may be something you're into, like, and you feel like it's weird, and you're not able to share that with your partner because you don't want them to think that you're weird or you're creepy. There's a lot of people have like different fetishes, whether it be spat play.
But what if a dude's like, that's what your friends are for?
What do you mean?
So say there's the stuff that you're uncomfortable with sharing to your dude. Imagine he says, I agree with you. You should, because I'll say anything. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'll say what I want because I'm there myself.
I can't be open with, how the fuck am I gonna be open with my friends, but I can't even be open with the person I know they body?
Exactly, and because I feel on that point, you're going to think that guy's going to judge you, and you shouldn't be with somebody you think is going to judge you all the time, because you should be able to communicate anything.
There's stuff on my body that you've seen, or that person has seen, that my friends have not seen, or there may be something that I'm uncomfortable with on my body that you've seen that my friends don't know about. Like, only I know about because I look at myself in the mirror. Like, it may be I got a dent in my left thigh or some shit.
But I'm saying, like you say you're a female, she wants to have, another dude into there. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I'm comfortable with going to my friends about this because they're not gonna be like, oh, you're a hoe for thinking that. They'll understand that more. It's like, as a guy,
I think that there should be an open line of communication.
Yeah, because as a guy in that point, you have to see yourself in her shoes. Imagine if it was another girl and you want to say that to her. Yeah, there has to be that no judgment zone to where you can just speak your mind, because you don't want to have it in the back of your head.
There's not a place for people to speak their truth. I feel you've been, especially as men, there's stuff that men, they may want to do that may be deemed as gay or whatever. There's not enough room for people to speak their truth on what they want. And I don't know, like, it's crazy to me to think you can be in a relationship with somebody, you lay next to them, but there's stuff you're afraid to tell them because you don't want to be judged. That's crazy to me. I feel like there should be open line of communication, but that has to be set from the jump. And if it's not set from the jump,
you're gonna get a no at that proposal because she feels like she can't tell you nothing.
Yeah, and I think people overreact, and that's the other thing. When somebody does try to be open, we overreact, and now that person shuts down. So now they're like, well, shit, I ain't saying shit else.
Saying shit else, right?
Yeah. So, open line of communication.
Be tactful. So, just be careful on if you're the person receiving the information that you disagree with or something like that, just
don't automatically show that off the bat.
Yeah, be open. Be open. Be understandable, because that could be you. That could be your mama talking to your dad.
Yeah, like people be just, oh, really? You're into that? Like,
yeah, it makes me happy.
And you're like, well, shit, I ain't saying shit.
Because you want to be happy at the end of the day. If that makes if that is what makes you happy, then you should be able to talk about it. And if he disagrees with it, that's what the conversation's for. You can plan for whatever later.
Be more open.
For real.
People ain't open and shit. They just be like, this is what I know. This is what I'm gonna do, and nothing more and nothing less.
And that's crazy because even I don't want to get political either, but it's just like people are so used to say like everybody's going for the left, like everybody wants to vote for Biden. I know those are Trump and Biden were the only two people, but they would more of listen to the people that they know, other than try to understand what the Trump people are talking about. Like you gotta take in both sides and then make your decision afterwards. Don't just stick with your side because that's what you know.
People go for what they know. They don't go for what's new or what's. If it's new information, especially with black people, no.
Yeah, seriously.
This is what I know. This is my basis. This is how we always done it. The tradition, and
I'm thinking of an example because I feel like me and my dad, like we just had a argument about that earlier. I feel like actually I'm gonna bring up the 6ix9ine and the interview with BlaQuecK 100. I don't know if you've seen that on DJ Academics podcast.
Didn't he get in an argument with 21 Savage on House Party?
on that too. But when it comes to the 6ix9ine thing and the BlaQuecK 100 thing, it seemed that
I didn't watch the podcast, but I saw the clip. Yeah.
But so pretty much. So if I want to get off topic.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, so say the people that you work at a deli, right? And then you start making money. You start working with the Bloods in your area, right? Then everybody start coming up because you're making money. Those same people that you came up with robbed you, kidnapped you, robbed you. While you're in jail, they fucking your baby mama. So his thing was, if you want me to be loyal to the streets,
but the streets weren't loyal to me.
Exactly. So it's just like if I'm about to 25 to life, and they don't want me to snitch, but they the ones who robbed me and did all that shit,
and they kidnapped him.
Then so what you talking about? Then there's no rules. Yeah, exactly. There's no rules to it. So when it comes to that case, it's like put yourself first, because people aren't gonna put you first.
I never thought he was a rat. I mean, yeah, he ratted.
Yeah, exactly. He ratted.
But they kidnapped him. They obviously didn't give a fuck about him. They kidnapped him. They robbed him. Not just one of them, multiple of them niggas fucked his baby mama. I think there was a train ran on her. If I'm not mistaken. So this man has been utterly disrespected more than once. Why should he show any loyalty to any of them?
Exactly. So look out for yourself first, and that's just one example of looking out for yourself, other than trying to fight for something that everybody else is going for. Because I'd rather be a rat and free when that shit happens to me. I mean, don't go out snitching on your boys if all y'all out there doing that and they didn't do that shit.
Yeah, I definitely would take if I know the consequences of what's going down beforehand. I'm not gonna do nothing to get me off because I knew what it was going into it.
Facts.
So if I knew what it was going into it, then I'm gonna pay the consequences of what it is. And if I don't feel like paying the consequences of what it is, I ain't gonna do it.
Hey, and so
the juice not worth the squeeze.
There's some real ones out there that'll take it for everybody. I promise you. Shout out to them.
Oh, that ain't me.
I mean, imagine it's just a little POM. Possession.
I'm not taking a rap for nobody. I'll take the rap for what I did, but I'm not dumb. I'm not taking a rap for everybody, bitch. We either all gonna be in this bitch, or you take the rap. If you want to take the rap for everybody, then fine. Either we all gonna be in this bitch, or you taking it. It ain't no just me.
Yeah, hey, life happened quick.
I'm gonna be like, I didn't do this shit by myself.
Mark said he'll rap.
Fuck yes. But I would never put myself in the predicament of having for me to get there because I know me. I'm not. We did this shit together. So if you got caught, bitch, you better not rat on me. But if I get caught,
you can't. And then that's what WAC 100 point was. See, if that person will rat on you, then that's because that person is a civilian and they're not used to that situation. But if you're a gangster nigga and you do take the blame for everybody,
I'm not a gangster nigga.
Exactly.
If I know the street code and I live by the street code, and the street code is if you get caught up, and you take the rap for it. That's a street nigga code. I'm not a street. I've lived in the places of where street niggas live, but I don't live or do street nigga shit. I know the street nigga code. I know what it is, but do I personally
look it up on Google?
You probably can know that. I know the street code. Like, you don't rat on nobody. If you out here selling coke, then you do the time for it. And because you knew the risk of going into doing it. You know the risk of going into the game for the jump. And if you're not going to take a risk, if you're not willing to take everybody wants the luxury part of it. Everybody wants the luxury part. If you're not
quick
willing
cash.
Everybody sees them getting diamond chains, but you don't see these people fighting, on probation. You don't see that. You don't see them.
How much money lawyers cost? How much money court fees?
You don't see that they could be facing 20, 30 years in prison. You don't see that. All you see is the glitz and glam. And everybody wants the glitz and glam. And whenever they get faced with the backside of it, then it's like, oh. Same thing with girls wanting to be strippers. Everybody sees all the money they make. Everybody sees them twerking on Instagram, but you don't see them having to niggas in the club stealing from them. You don't see people about to rob them when they in the parking lot with their bag. You don't see any
with that Birkin.
Yeah, you don't see niggas trying to rob them from the money that they made in the club. You don't see them having to fight bitches in the back. That's the shit you don't see.
I actually read this thing, this article on Instagram. It was this lady, this nurse. She had created OnlyFans, and I guess the people that she worked with found it. And the hospital was like, they gave her an ultimatum. They said either you can work for us or you can work for the OnlyFans. And she quit the nursing job and kept on doing OnlyFans. I don't think jobs should give an ultimatum over something you do outside of work.
Yes, because there's a code of conduct.
On what? On how you carry yourself outside of work?
Yeah. If you're a nurse, same thing with the Richardson girl that smoked weed and she got kicked out of the Olympics. There's a code of conduct. There was a teacher, the same thing happened. She was a teacher. Your students can find that. You're a nurse. Your patients could find that. So there could be people like, anybody has that kind of accessibility. If you're in a private practice and you choose to do that, that's a whole different thing. There's a code of conduct. You can't be a pastor and have an OnlyFans. Like, There's
I see that, but
yeah, but no, there's a code of conduct that comes into your line of work and how you carry it. In a perfect world, yes, Mark, she should be able to have an OnlyFans and be a nurse. But realistically, there's a code. There's this secret code. Like when you're a teacher, you should be able to go to school in whatever the fuck you want to wear, right? But there's certain stuff you have to wear.
There's a lot of points, but it's like if I'm saving, when it comes to a nurse, if I'm saving somebody's life and what I do outside of that has nothing to do, even if my patient sees me out doing that online, then you bought that. You feel me? You bought to see that, and that's why you saw that.
It's a certain code of conduct.
But I get what you're saying as a teacher, because if you're a teacher, you're gonna see those students.
I see you're having a problem with it. I see, but
I guess I am.
I see where you're coming from. She should be able to have an OnlyFans and be a nurse. It's an extra stream of income. Yes, she should be able to do that. I understand that. But from a role of you are this professional. You are...
Because if LeBron did it,
it'd be different. He's a basketball player. Basketball players can do that. Matter of fact, everybody will go fucking buy it. LeBron had an OnlyFans. Everybody will go fucking buy it.
Of course, because I'm thinking too sexual about it. Sexual appeal about it because
but also OnlyFans. What is she doing on OnlyFans? Is she like doing nudity or is she like cooking on there?
She's making, maybe cooking and nudity because she's making more than what she was doing nursing.
So if she's doing nudity and
if she chose that instead,
a nurse is the same thing as a doctor. It's under the same umbrella. Lawyer, doctor, teacher,
social work.
You're under this professional umbrella.
Okay.
You know this going into doing this. There's a social umbrella that you're going into when you go into this line of work. So there's certain things you shouldn't do. It's a code of conduct. It's a secret code. Yes, you're human. Yes, in a realistic world, you should be able to go to the club and shake your ass and be on Twitter shaking your ass if that is what you want to do. But
when you get that job,
when you get this job, when you go into this job, when you go into this line of work,
sign that W-2.
There's things that go along with it. There's stuff that goes along with it. There's
read that contract.
Certain ways that you're supposed to present yourself. There's certain ways you're supposed to go out into the world. There's just certain things that is just what it is. It's just a code of conduct. Is it right?
No. With certain things, like when it comes to the nursing thing, I don't think it's right. But if it's a teacher, I mean,
yeah.
So if you're a teacher, if you're a teacher, don't do that shit. Yeah, your students can come to school, and I promise you'll get clowned or whatever for that. But if you're a nurse and you see this patient once, I feel like that should not affect. It doesn't affect the way you work at that job, you know?
Realistically. But we're speaking...
I guess in a respect sense, because your students will respect you less if they saw you doing that, but I don't think a patient would respect you less if they saw you doing that shit. And they probably wouldn't even see you enough times.
They won't. We're talking realistically, yes. They're not going to see them enough times to be like, oh, you the nurse that has OnlyFans. Realistically.
But I guess if your coworker see you, huh?
Yeah, your coworker. It's just a social construct that's been put in place that there's nothing that we can do about it because it's already been there. What we got to do is you just got to follow it. If you choose to do that job, if you choose to be a nurse, there's just certain shit you got to do. May it be right?
Do it in quiet. Gotta be a little bit quieter.
No. The only reason why she probably had that go against her was because
it was popping.
It was popping. If it wasn't popping,
that was popping.
If she had three fans on that hoe, She probably would have been good.
Now them coworkers said, "Hey, let me get on."
But bro, if everybody in the club trying to get tipsy off her shit, then yes, it becomes a problem.
That's crazy.
But you guys, we've come to the end of our show, and we're going to do our song breakdown. And I need to start allowing my guests to do the song breakdown instead of me having to look it up. But Mark, you're gonna go ahead and do the song breakdown. Go ahead, read it.
All right, so the song we're doing for tonight is "Love" by Kendrick Lamar. So I'll just read it off.
Yeah, just read it, and then like at the end of each stanza, just like what you think about it.
All right,
like what you think that means.
All right, I feel like it's weird if I just read it. It goes, "Damn, love or lust."
I can't.
That's how I want to do it. That's how I want to do it.
I can't. Go ahead.
And then it said, "Damn,
Kendrick bag."
All of us. So, just that first. I feel like I'm supposed to show y'all, but just from that "damn, love or lust," I guess people always. It's easy to confuse the two because
yes,
especially at first glance, because when you see somebody that you think is so sexy, are they sexy because the way they look, or is the way they present themselves sexy? And it's just like, it's what's after that when you can decide if it's love or lust. Because at that initial glance, it's lust. You don't know if you love that. So at the initial glance, I'll say it's lust, and then anything that proceeds after is love. You want me to do the whole thing?
You can do like the first stanza and then like maybe a little bit like until you get to like the hook, and then you're good.
Yeah. All right. And then it says, "Give me a run for my money. There's nobody, no one to outrun me." Give me a run for my money. There is nobody, no one to outrun me.
What does that mean for you? What do you think that means?
So I feel like when it comes to that, he's saying when there's nobody to, when he's making money, there's people coming to him. He's getting all that love, but when there is nobody, no one to outrun me. I guess that's the part that. Oh, I guess she's spending your money. So when there's nobody to outspend your money more than you do. Even if you don't spend that much money, she might be wanting this, wanting that, not using, or he using that money to. You might not be.
Their own personal gain.
Yeah, you feel me? So you're not using your money, but they are.
What do you say after that?
Another wild man.
I'm sick. I'm sick of this nigga.
So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely, living lovely. And then it does that just love me part. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely, living lovely, just love me. So I guess when he says that, he's like, when you're loving me, it makes me want to make more money. And then we start living good, living lovely. And so just love me for making, not for making that money, but just love what that brings to us type shit.
And then the hook happens.
Yeah.
All right, and that is that Love by Kendrick Lamar?
It's like, I want to be with you.
Oh, yeah. I like that song. All right, you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all next Saturday. I forget what next Saturday topic is. But I'll see y'all next Saturday at 7. And peace. Now, please, if you want to...
21st.
That's the 21st? Okay. Damn, August be flying. All right.
Oh, damn, yeah.
So, if you want to be a sponsor, please email me at controversiallyblack. Black is spelled BLAQUECK @gmail.com. And please, if you want to help me buy cameras and stuff, you can cash at me at Mark MARK2L Nice, and that is also all of my social media platforms. And you can Venmo me that at Mark dash brewery.
He'll be adding it all to his link tree pretty soon.
Yeah, all of my link tree. That'll be all of my link tree. I got Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, Cash App.
I take 3 phones.
3.
So,
about to
and
get another one.
If you, I guess I'll comment if anybody want to follow me. I'll follow you back. If you look cool. If you
look cool.
Well, that's what I'm gonna go off of. If you private, then I don't know what I'm gonna go off of then.
I hate that when people be adding you and then they be. I don't add people back. I don't. If I don't fuck, especially on my fan page, I don't be adding people back. Cause you
watching him. He the show.
You're a fan.
Okay.
But I fuck with y'all.
Alright.
Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Bet. That shit wasn't bad.
Ooh. Ooh.